What's going on, guys? KEVINCAGE here with another crypto update. I hope everybody's doing well, and we're going to dive into a bunch of recent news today. I just wanted to go over this super quick for like 1 minute, just an update on what happened recently since my last video. So good news, I'm all good. I ended up having that blood clot in my leg that was from a side flip I showed you guys in the last video. I don't know where people are commenting about a vaccine. I haven't had a vaccine in literally years, probably since high school for like a tetanus shot. Maybe that was middle school. But yeah, I showed you guys how I injured my leg. It broke off and I had a pulmonary embolism, so multiple little clots went up to my lungs bilaterally. So it's not blocking any critical arteries. I should be fine with the blood thinners I'm taking. Still in a lot of pain, so I can't wait for that to stop after really since June 6th. It's been hurting. But yeah, I'm all good. Just want to be able to walk again and bear weights and then hopefully fly home in a couple months. And if you guys are wondering why the audio sounds weird, it's because I am working on a laptop. So, thank you guys so much for the comments. Just wanted to give you a little update, and I should be completely fine. And let's dive into some recent news. Alright, first up, shared by Cointelegraph, we got news that Kraken, the US exchange, and I believe their headquarters used to be in San Francisco, has officially relocated headquarters to Wyoming, citing that the state's pro-crypto laws and low taxes are key drivers in deepening their US crypto roots. And as of today, we have Kraken's global headquarters officially in Cheyenne, Wyoming. The state has enacted over 30 crypto-specific laws ranging from formal recognition of digital assets as property to the establishment of a dedicated fintech sandbox to protections against compelled disclosure of private keys. Alright, next up, we have a really good write-up retweeted by RippleX, and this is from Marcus, who is SVP over at RippleX. So he has a really good byline posted by the American banker. And he says right here, I believe tokenization can be a turning point for financial institutions. Real assets like bonds and private credit are moving on chain. This isn't about speculation, it's about leveraging public blockchain technology to enable faster settlement and broader market access. And now we can check out his write-up on AmericanBanker.com, right by Marcus. And just remember, in this write-up, he's not talking about crypto hype or meme coins. He's talking about private credit, bonds, commercial real estate, these tokenized RWAs moving onto public blockchains like the XRP ledger or any other layer 1. And we can see for tokenized RWAs on chain, this is just under $24 billion. Now when we go to the American Banker write-up, we see this number nearly $19 trillion by 2033. And right here, this is not just a vision of the future, it's already happening. BlackRock, HSBC, Franklin Templeton, and Aberdeen are among the major financial institutions actively issuing tokenized financial products on-chain. Tokenization replaces legacy plumbing with programmable infrastructure by turning financial instruments into software. So keep that in mind that stablecoins have a role in the tokenization of RWAs, that we're going to see institutional or enterprise-grade DeFi applications, lending, private credit, you name it, especially the utility of these layer 1 networks. Alright, next up, we got some news or a strategic partnership between Alchemy Pay and the Ripple US dollar. So we have Alchemy Pay, the world-leading crypto payment solution provider, has announced a strategic partnership with Ripple to support fiat on-ramp access via the RL US dollar, or RLUSD. And this support enables users in over 173 countries to seamlessly purchase the Ripple US dollar through Alchemy Pay's extensive fiat crypto payment network. Supporting more than 300 local payment methods including Visa, MasterCard, Apple Pay, Google Pay, regional mobile wallets, and bank transfers. So when you see this and Alchemy Pay, know that Alchemy Pay is very big across 173 countries, and this is making the Ripple US dollar a lot more viable for cross-border commerce, merchant settlements, and stablecoin payroll or even finance. So I hope at this point people realize the Ripple US dollar isn't some blockchain experiment. This is a global payments bridge. They're backed or regulated by the NYDFS, they are MiCA compliant, they have an issuer, they have full reserve backing, audits, etc. Alright, next up, if you guys haven't seen this, this is really cool, shared by the Hedera Foundation. So we have this group, UBYX, I'm just going to pronounce it Ubix, a new stablecoin clearing platform supporting Hedera, has closed a $10 million seed funding round backed by several major crypto investors. So we have this group Ubix. This is a startup aiming to standardize stablecoin redemption at face value, and they raised $10 million in seed funding led by Galaxy Ventures to launch in Q4 of this year. So we can see the funding round was led by Galaxy Ventures, with participation from Coinbase Ventures, we have Founders Fund, Van Eck, Paxos, and others. Now we've seen the predictions by Bernstein, and this was a couple years ago now, but they predicted that just the stablecoin market cap could exceed $2.8 trillion over the next few years. Thinking about that, $2.8 trillion versus today, say we are $251 billion. So the problem today is most stablecoins are hard to redeem, one-to-one without delays, fees, or friction, so there's a lot of friction that exists today. And this startup Ubix is trying to solve this with instant redemption protocols, on-chain transparency, and issuer accountability. And here's a really good quote. So just like the internet changed how we communicate, stablecoins on public networks will change how we pay. And really just think about the evolution of communication beyond just emails or DMs on social media, but videos and, group chat applications or collaborative workspaces like Slack. It's crazy. And take a very good look at this. This is sourced by PayPal, Visa, Nacha, based on the latest reported figures as of May 31st of this year. Stablecoins now rival the world's largest payment networks in transaction volume. Total transaction volume over the last 12 months, we have PayPal at $1.7 trillion, we have Visa at $13 trillion, and stablecoins more than double that at $33 trillion. When we compare ACH, $88 trillion. I think it's pretty clear, knowing that transaction volume is already measured in the trillions of dollars, that this trend is going to continue to grow, so not financial advice. So I thought that was worth noting, and we have Ubix will initially support multiple blockchains including Aptos, Arbitrum, Avalanche, Base, Canton, Concordium, Hedera, Polygon, Solana, Starknet, Stellar, Sui, XDC, the XRP Ledger, and ZK Sync. And speaking of ZK Sync, we can see under the RWA league table on rwa.xyz that ZK Sync is ranked number 2 in terms of total value of RWAs on chain. And we can also see that ZK Sync is now available directly on iTrustCapital.com. So be sure to go check them out and take a good look at the new premium custody accounts that we've gone over before. I've had a Roth IRA with these guys for well over 5 years now. Alright, next up, so we have some news related to Hedera with HBAR getting an institutional ETP or exchange traded product. And a little background about 21 Shares, they are a major issuer. They already have an XRP ETP based in Europe, and we can see down below the AUM is over $500 million. So $500 million in AUM for an XRP ETP available out in the EU. And friendly reminder that this is all backed one-to-one, so this AXRP ETP is 100% physically backed by the underlying XRP tokens. So knowing all of that about 21 Shares being a major issuer now for this new Hedera ETP, we also know that 21 Shares a while back filed for a spot XRP ETF in the United States. And the SEC acknowledged this filing, and not financial advice, nobody knows the future, but I would love to see some big news come out this summer. I mean, worst case, I could see this being dragged out for the first spot XRP ETF, maybe into early 2026, but I hope we get a surprise this year. So we have shared by the Hedera Foundation, and I'm doing my best not to call it the HBAR Foundation, it's going to take some time. We can see that 21 Shares Hedera ETP is now listed on Euronext in Amsterdam as well as Paris. So what this means is institutions in the European Union can now get direct exposure to HBAR inside of a regulated investment vehicle. And guess what it does for Hedera and HBAR? It brings HBAR into the same conversation as Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Sui, XRP, ETPs. And we already know that Hedera is backed by huge organizations like Google, IBM, Boeing, and others, and this enterprise-grade DLT narrative just got even bigger. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. We also have this shared by Cointelegraph. We have Strategy now holds 582,000 Bitcoin. So thanks to Michael Saylor's relentless accumulation, that is crazy. So 582,000 Bitcoin multiplied by even 100,000 per BTC is over $58 billion. So crazy to think about that. We can see during past cycles the importance of Bitcoin on the monthly time frame maintaining above this orange moving average. This is the 8-month EMA, so the 8-month exponential moving average. As we scroll in, we'll just kind of take a look at what that level is today. So right around, we'll say 92, 93K. So keeping tabs on the Bitcoin price chart, I'm not a fan of being on a small screen for this. I prefer my setup at home, but we can see the last two ranges that were both over 200 plus days on the weekly time frame. So we can see somewhat a back test or holding above this yellow moving average, the 50-week MA, so holding above it here and here during this range, and even a second touch right there. So we can see that we are in another 200 plus day range. We didn't quite break out of this range. We got a wick, and as we zoom in, we can see this. So we got a wick above this high, which was this level marked previously, but we never got that big move with a full weekly candle above this level. So we're still playing a game of ping pong. So keeping tabs, my expectations haven't changed for this year. We're in a range. We can watch Bitcoin play a game of ping pong along with Bitcoin dominance, but we are still in a setup for another potential cycle. So not financial advice, and I will catch you in the next one.